Lawrence Paul Anderson was sentenced to life in prison without parole on Wednesday for the murders of his uncle Leon Pye, his uncle's 4-year-old granddaughter, her name Chaos Yates. Apologies if my pronunciation isn't correct. Chaos Yates. Chaos, and Andrea Lynn Blankenship, a neighbour whose heart he cut out and cooked. This evil scumbag also admitted to injuring his aunt Delcy Pye, who suffered a broken tailbone and broken ribs and can only see out of one eye after the other was allegedly gouged out. This is a sick, twisted psychopath, I would say clearly with severe mental issues, or some would say possessed by the devil, possessed by evil. Toss a coin to which one you would go for. Lawrence Paul Anderson had broken through Andrea Lynn Blankenship's back door, stabbing her 40 times. He then proceeded to remove her left eye, as well as her stomach and heart. We're in the year 2023. This isn't the year 1423. Who does this? Only extremely sick individuals. I mean, beyond humanity, isn't it? We can't consider these people human. Removing an eye, I mean, that's absolutely awful, but to go further, to remove the stomach and the heart of the neighbor. So no real motive to do this. He's not a part of a cartel. This wasn't a gang hit. This wasn't revenge for this or that. He's done this to a neighbor, Andrea Lynn Blankenship, and of course, full condolences to the family and friends of Andrea, as well as all the other victims. So back to the article. He then brought her heart to his uncle's house, where he cooked the heart with potatoes to feed his family. Why would he do this? Well, to release the demons. So, I don't need to be given too much of a pat on the back to realize that this guy is incredibly sick. Mentally sick, and again, many would say possessed with demons, with evil, possessed by Satan. Pure, unadulterated evil. I'm not sure if I agree with that or find it impossible to disagree. I'm not sure if mental illness and evil are one and the same. I'm not 100% sure, but the sum total is the same. Pure savagery, brutal savagery, which has no place in the modern world. Lawrence Paul Anderson pleaded guilty to 3 counts of murder in the first degree, 1 count of assault and battery with a deadly weapon, and 1 count of maiming. His sentencing was part of a plea deal which enables him to avoid the death penalty, as the victims' families did not wish to go to trial and hear the gory details. I think that's understandable. I would like to see this guy get the death penalty. I don't think it's a good thing that the taxpayers have to fund this guy to the tune of $30,000, $50,000 US a year, give or take, is the average cost per year, I believe, to maintain a prisoner. Perhaps it would cost more, seeing as he would be a high-risk prisoner, I'd guess. But it's going to cost a lot of money each and every year that this guy remains on the earth. Personally, I'd invest in $2, $3 for a little bit of brass, a little bit of lead, and have done with it. But I fully understand the family's wishes not to go to trial, to avoid trial. I do get it. I do prefer the death penalty, but for me personally, life in prison is clearly severe punishment for any criminal. Fully justified, of course. The attacks happened on or about February the 9th, 2021 in Chickasha, Oklahoma. Apologies if I pronounce that incorrectly. Chickasha, Oklahoma. Lawrence Paul Anderson was released early from prison January 2021 by mistake. That's right. Yes, he was released from prison by mistake. The murders occurred shortly after. So the article that I went through didn't tell me whether or not an investigation has been put in place as to what the heck was going on to allow this absolute psycho to be released from prison. Where are the safety nets? Where's the protocol? That's not just one mistake. That would be a whole litany of mistakes that must have occurred for that situation to happen. And that's terrible. There really needs to be a very thorough investigation in regards to the Oklahoma prison system or such, parole system, whatever it is, I don't know. But whatever it was, or whatever series of events occurred which allowed this psycho to be released from prison, those issues need to be identified and resolved. Evidence of the killings included a recording of 4-year-old Chaos Yates screaming as she was killed. Her mother, Tasha Yates, swore at Lawrence Paul Anderson in court before leaving, saying, "Who kills a baby? Who does that?" And I fully understand those sentiments from the mother, Tasha Yates. Complete confusion as to why her 4-year-old baby girl, Chaos Yates, again, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Complete confusion, utter despair as to why her daughter has been taken away. Her life has been lost. Why? Well, one answer would be because the Oklahoma prison system failed society thoroughly, failed Tasha Yates, failed Chaos Yates, failed his uncle Leon Pye, failed the neighbor Andrea Lynn Blankenship, and failed all of their families. Absolutely terrible. I've only seen one article about this. Seems to be swept under the rug. I'm not an actual journalist or anything like that. I don't have the resources or the time to research things very thoroughly, but I would hope that somebody is looking into this very, very thoroughly and are prepared to hold Oklahoma prison authorities, the appropriate authorities, to account for this heinous mistake. Mistake doesn't seem to be the word. I mean, this is treacherous incompetency. Again, full condolences to all family and friends of all of the victims. Lawrence Paul Anderson's uncle, Leon Pye, his uncle's 4-year-old granddaughter, Chaos Yates, and the neighbor, Andrea Lynn Blankenship, who was stabbed 40 times, her eye removed, her stomach and heart removed. And of course, the psychopath's aunt, Dulcie Pye, also suffered horrendous injuries, a broken tailbone, broken ribs, her eye gouged out. It's sickening. Why are these really bad articles? Why are they just covered, like, you know, why are there so few articles about this? Why are there so few, probably YouTube videos about this? I'm guessing, I've not looked into it. Why aren't there news articles about this and other similar situations like this? I don't get it. It's like some topics like the Delphi murders or such, Gabby Petito or such, they get a lot of coverage, you know, extensive coverage every which way. Every media outlet gloms onto the subjects, and others just get like utterly ignored. I mean, what is it about this heinous situation that can possibly be ignored? I mean, I was trying to make a 2-minute video and I can't because it's, you know, it's just too harrowing. It's too important just to rush through. So hopefully I've not done that. Please do like, comment, subscribe, etc.